Amanda and I yelled, screamed, I think we even danced in the middle of the living room yesterday afternoon as Carnival Cruise Line announced that the bubble in Bubble Excursions is popped. It is gone, no more. This coming just 11 days before we cruise with our 2 kids. This will completely change the way that thousands of passengers travel and cruise every single week. We've got the details in the letter that Carnival sent to us. Plus, fuel surcharges. A lot of talk right now around this little bitty tiny print in the contract that you agreed to that says should fuel go above a certain price, it's above that price right now, then Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian could pass that cost on to you. We have the exact details. We squash the rumors. We'll give it to you exactly the way it is. You know that. Let's talk about everything right now on Island Time. A big happy Wednesday to all you Islanders. We've made it. We are halfway through the week. Welcome back to the show. My name is Derek and you are on Island Time, and so am I. And we're going to take some time to relax. Stop what we're doing. I know you may have just sat down and take a break from work. You're done with your work day. Maybe you're watching this while you're supposed to be working. I'm not going to tell. We're going to talk about cruise news and a huge announcement that Carnival made yesterday that made my family so happy. If you've cruised since the cruise restart with unvaccinated kids, you know your options for bubble excursions are limited. Literally, you may have 1 or 2 options at each port. That is no more. The bubble has burst. Let me show you this letter that we received late yesterday evening from Carnival Cruise Line sharing the news. Here it is, dated yesterday, March the 8th. Dear Carnival guest, you are receiving this update as our records indicate you have an approved or pending vaccine exemption request, or you are traveling with a child who's under 5 years old. If you have a pending request, this is not an indication of the status of your request. As the COVID-19 situation continues to improve, we are now able to relax some of the shore excursion restrictions for unvaccinated guests. Effective immediately, unvaccinated guests are not restricted to bubble tours as had been required, and may now purchase from many of our Carnival shore excursion offerings. Some exclusions do apply. Please note, however, that unvaccinated guests still can only debark if they have purchased a tour and cannot go ashore in the ports of call on their own. If the cruise visits a private port of call, such as Half Moon Cay or Princess Cay, unvaccinated guests may go to shore on their own or purchase a Carnival tour. If you have already purchased a Carnival tour, the tour will be converted to the equivalent of a non-bubble tour. We invite you to visit carnival.com to review our tour options in the event that you wish to make an alternate selection. We are looking forward to welcoming you aboard for a fun and memorable cruise. This is huge cruise news for the entire industry. Even if you're watching this and you're saying, I don't cruise with kids, I don't bring my kids. Why would you bring your kids? We have to sometimes. That's the reality of it. We would love to leave them at home, and we do. Matter of fact, this is the first cruise with our kids. But in order to cruise more often, we have to bring them some. But this news is larger than just kids. It is. It's a step in the right direction. I can remember in February and March of 2020, when Carnival went from having everything opened up for families to they restricted it to exactly this. If you want to get off the ship, you have to book a Carnival excursion. You can no longer go off the ship by yourself. I remember that. And then we closed down, and then we opened up, and then we had bubble tours, and now we're going back on this other side where you can book any tour you want to. Yes, you have to book through Carnival, but now the options are limitless. You can go to the beach. You can go to the ruins, you can go snorkel, whatever you want to do. You're not restricted to the 1, 2, or 3 options at the port. We are excited, and this completely changes our cruise in 11 days, and I bet it probably changes yours as well. Let us know what you think about this news. Is it the right time? That's what, it's all about timing. Is this the time to make this announcement that unvaccinated kids can go on any cruise? Let us know in the comments section below. While you're down there, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Ring that bell to receive notifications when we upload content. Now, a question that I've been asked a lot, and there's a lot of rumors going around. I've got the facts for you right here on Island Time. Fuel supplements on a cruise. This little line in all your terms and conditions that you agreed to has been there for a long time. It's nothing new. But what is new is the record price of fuel. Not trying to start a political debate at all. I'm speaking in fact and in reality. Fuel supplements on a cruise. Under certain economic conditions, cruise lines, most of them have this in their terms and conditions, can pass on expensive fuel cost to you, the cruiser. At the moment, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian have not added a fuel surcharge. I want to just open that up and get it out there immediately. Right now, there's no fuel surcharge. They're not charging you. They're not passing on the cost of fuel to you currently. But oil and gas is at record highs, and that's why this discussion is coming into play. Each company has different stances and cost. I'm going to show you that here in just a second. Can you be billed for this fuel surcharge if you've already paid off your cruise? You've paid all the money that you owe. You agreed I will pay X amount of dollars. You will cruise me for 7 days. Yes, you can still be charged if this comes into effect. But I don't think it would just be an overnight thing. I think they will announce, starting next week, starting the first of this month, we're going to implement this fuel surcharge. It's not going to be, effective tomorrow. A lot of people will be upset, okay? But I think it's going to be ahead of time, just as they've done with the increased rate of gratuities. They always announce in advance. This would be the same thing. Now, policies. Carnival. Here's what Carnival says about passing on cost to you. This is directly copy-paste, okay? Carnival reserves the right to charge a fuel supplement of up to $9 or its equivalent in foreign currency per person per day without prior notice in the event that the price of light sweet crude oil, according to the New York Mercantile Exchange Index, is greater than $70 per barrel of oil. Is oil greater than $70 a barrel? You better believe it. It's at a record high. So Carnival says we could charge you $9 a day per person. Okay, for my family, if they implemented this for my March 19th cruise, it'd be over $260 charge. That's why I'm mentioning this. You may start to think about it because it could happen. Norwegian Cruise Line has a similar policy. They reserve the right to charge extra for oil if the price of a barrel of oil is above $65. Okay, it's about double that, by the way, right now. Such supplementary charges are not included in the cruise fare. The fuel supplement charge will not exceed $10 per passenger per day. So that is Norwegian. Royal Caribbean's a little bit different. They don't mention an exact amount, but they do say that they can charge you. Operator reserves the right to impose a supplement charge relating to unanticipated occurrences, including but not limited to increases in the price of fuel. They don't give a dollar amount per barrel of oil. They don't tell you how much they're going to charge you. They just say we can charge you. Such supplements are not included in the cruise or cruise tour fare. So there's Carnival, Norwegian, and Royal Caribbean right there. This is why it's so painful right now for cruise lines. They're just now getting back on their feet. We're at a good place with COVID right now. Cruise lines and capacity levels have risen. Cruise lines investors are starting to see, hey, where this may be a money-making quarter, we may be back in the black. And all of a sudden, when things are starting to go really well with COVID, with capacity, demand, spring and summer are here, cruise lines are finally saying, we're gonna make some money. Fuel is at an all-time high. I could see cruise lines, honestly, I could see cruise lines implementing this surcharge and passing it on to you just because of everything they've went through the last 2 years and that they're almost back on their feet and they don't want to be knocked back down, okay? It's going to be interesting to see. There's no timeline for this, but we're going to keep our eye on it, and I know that cruise lines will give us a heads up if they do indeed decide to do this. I wanted to get the facts out to you, though, because of everything that's out there. I hope you enjoyed the show today. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, give us a thumbs up just below. It helps us so much. I promise you that. We will be back tomorrow with the latest in cruise news across the industry. We hope that you'll join us right here on Island Time.